It is time to give me the headlines presented by Hyundai. Just write to me and everyone else. We'll give you the headlines as well. We got two games here. We'll start with the Giants. Thrilling. For you it was. Thrilling win against the Patriots. 10-7 was the final score. We've just come out now with a new audio version of the newspaper.
That's right.
And so what we need now is some alternate headlines for the audio listeners at home of this newspaper.
When you win a game in New York, they start spreading the news. Tommy DeVito, Jalen Hyatt, the win. Eat it, Patriots. That's all we got.
That was pretty good.
Way to go. Way to back me up. I needed that right there.
That was fun. I didn't know that was going to happen. Pete's approving of it right there. We're spreading the news of the Giants winning a close contest. It was close throughout. 10-7 was the final. Chad Ryland missed a 35-yard field goal with 3 seconds remaining, sparing us all overtime. No one wanted this game to go into overtime.
Nobody.
Even people there were like, please don't do this. Please don't make it. It was rainy, cold there a little bit. All right, so you sang. Tommy DeVito is now 2-1 on the season.
Yeah.
All the other Giant quarterbacks were 2-7.
Hey, it's serviceable.
Yeah.
You know? He can throw it. You know, he's got a little movement ability. Well, I mean, I know that doesn't sound right. He can throw. He plays quarterback.
We're talking about an NFL game here.
I know.
He can throw it. He can throw the football.
You know, they're opening up the offense, which tells you that they think he can throw it and on a consistent basis start to make some plays. I think that if you're a Giants fan, it's exciting. Jalen Hyatt was the go-to guy. You could see there's real talent and speed there. That's scary. You know, run game never got going throughout the day. Giants, as we know, I think are more talented than the New England Patriots. I do. Got more playmakers on the field. Moved the ball in the first drive of the game, and Wan'Dale Robinson fumbles, right? And and again, when the Giants-Patriots play right now in 2023, you're like, oh man, they made a mistake down there close to the end zone. They might not get there again for a while, right? And that's the way the game was forever. And then you got New England driving down the field, and Mac Jones throws, I don't know, one of the dumbest interceptions we've seen of the year. Off his back, this is almost as bad as the one in Germany that got him benched for Zappe, but off his back foot, fading away, over the middle, weak throw, and obviously didn't locate Bobby Okereke, who makes a big return and gives the Giants a short field. And a few plays later, Tommy DeVito finds Hodgins at a little shallow cross. He stiff arms the defender and gets in the end zone. And damn, for a period of time, you just went, well, damn, 7-0 might be good enough with the way the Giants' D was playing for the day. They thought they might get it done. But then Bailey Zappi comes in, and, what I laughed about was Bailey Zappi leads them on a touchdown drive, 11-play, 60-yard drive. He throws 7 screens. I mean, literally, I think it was 7 screens, and there was like 2 good runs. And I'm sure Mac Jones is on the sideline going, where the were those screens when I was in the game? Why didn't we call those when I was in the game, right? But they go down, they make it 7-7, and the game was ugly. But fortunately for the Giants, the Patriots were uglier than the Giants on this day.
So this is crazy. I mean, it really is kind of a depressing game because it's for New England, they're 2-9 now. Their worst start since 1993. They're not scoring points at all. You got Mac Jones, you got poor man's Mac Jones, and I mean, it's just like the whole thing is not good.
It's brutal.
Ryan Watson says to us, "Love the pod, guys. Have we seen the last of Mac Jones in New England?" This is what we were talking about last week.
I know,
and we thought we had seen the last of him.
I don't know if I think it's. I think in totality, his end with Belichick and this regime of coaches is over, right? So if Belichick stays somehow, I don't think Mac Jones will be there, right? If Mac Jones stays, it will be a new regime and some new coordinator, head coach is going to come in and go, I kind of like Mac Jones. I think I can make it happen.
Is that quarterback that you saw at Alabama, I mean, is he still in there somewhere?
Yeah, he's still in there. He is. He's in the most up situation of any quarterback in football the last 2 years. I don't think we can't take that lightly, right? And then, whether it's the situation and then the talent around him is nothing special. I mean, he has no receiver that can do anything, above like the coach said to run here and I run there, right? They can't do anything. The run game's okay. he does have to improve his throwing from a power standpoint. There's too many softballs and lobs thrown by Mac Jones. There's too many balls where I go, ooh, he's open, and, it just got knocked out of the guy's hands just as he was catching it. He's got to learn to throw the ball with a little more power and pace, right? And I think that's the adjustment he has to make. But the way they're playing, the way they're set up right now is not set up for success for Mac Jones by any stretch of the imagination. As we've talked about a million times, the reason McDaniels liked him, the reason Shanahan liked him, because they knew we can give him a million plays, a million rules. He'll do it all. He'll be like a coach on the field. He can process it, and he'll go to the right place with the ball, like a Brock Purdy, right? But he's a broken puppy right now. He is. He's got the fan base on him. He's got a coach that's not supporting him. He's got a backup quarterback that he knows is not as good as him, but the fan base is yelling for him, and it's just a horrible situation. So I'm sure he's a little down in the dumps and ruined, and he's going to have somebody else rebuild him here. And I don't think it's going to be this coaching regime, that's for sure.
I mean, it does look like the Patriots will be in position to draft a quarterback next year. They currently have the number 3 pick in the draft. The Giants now have the number 6 pick, so they're going in the wrong direction. This was a tough outcome for them here today.
Yeah, and then the Patriots, whether it's the missed field goal, the Mac Jones interception, Bailey Zappi with a horrible interception that gave the Giants the go-ahead field goal to make it 10-7. And there's nothing positive to talk about with the New England football team, let alone their offense altogether. Kind of a disaster and kind of shocking. It's really fallen to this degree this fast, I think, is really what the shocking part about the whole thing is.
They're looking at the other sideline being like, how come we can't just get a Tommy DeVito type? Is it too hard to ask to get a guy that likes chicken parm like that? Maybe that's what we got to look for our next quarterback.
I would think that, Malik Cunningham is seriously in the fold this week.
So real quick, because we've already spent too much on the New England Patriots, but describe to us who is Malik Cunningham and how he could change them here.
Well, he, out of Louisville, dual threat kind of quarterback, right? I think they brought him in thinking that they were going to be able to make him a receiver or something like that, almost like the lines of Julian Edelman, right? But then they started to play him, I think, on scout team, and they started to go, he sees the field well, throws the ball well. Ooh, look, he can move like that. They need something to jumpstart their team and their offense. Some quarterback design runs, a different look, a different attack that the defense is expecting. They need those type of advantages, and maybe he can, provide that for them in Malik Cunningham.
Titans have their quarterback of the future in Will Levis, although it wasn't an offensive game in this one either. 17-10, though, they do beat the Panthers. Your headline for this game is?
Fudge.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is the real word.
So Joe Person, who's a beat writer for the Carolina Panthers, and many of the beat writers reported this afterwards, said that leaving the locker room, David Tepper, the owner, shook his head and yelled the word that you just said.
Yeah, is the word I just yelled. Okay, I tried to be polite for the headline purposes to start here, but why?
Yeah,
it's the Simms Unbuttoned podcast, and I'm unbuttoned mouth right now.
And it's your newspaper,
mouth, right?
And Hyundai's okay with it.
That's right. So Fuck, right? And, I think it's for a lot of reasons. One, the Panthers, nothing's easy for them right now. It's hard to look at a silver lining. I know they're a team that's kind of on the rebuild, but there's not a lot of young, super talented guys on the offensive side of the ball. There's a lot of work to be done, I think, for the situation they're in. And I think that's probably where there's a little frustration there. I don't think the Frank Reich hiring has worked out to the degree that maybe David Tepper wanted. And then, of course, the quarterback, how could he be feeling good about that? He's watching a guy in C.J. Stroud rewrite the record books and tear everybody up and is already one of the best quarterbacks in football. And he's watching his quarterback go, damn, it takes us 15 plays just to get to midfield on most drives. It's 3-yard throw here, 1-yard run here, 3-yard throw there. So that's frustrating. And I think that's where it is. Their defense is good, as we've talked about, but there's too much pressure on them. And, really the game, it was a 10-minute drive to start the game by the Tennessee Titans. Really well thought out runs, short passes, whatever else. They dominate there. The Panthers go down and get a field goal, okay? But then you got Bryce Young gets strip sacked from behind by Arden Key. The Titans get the touchdown a few plays later with the Derrick Henry run, and they're up 14-3, and that's all the points they need. I mean, the Panthers have to live in a area of 13-10, 16-13, and to be down 17-13 at one point in the football game, it's too much for their offense to overcome.
Yeah, we've seen Derrick Henry do this before. 2 touchdowns, his 23rd career multi-touchdown game, but it was the first time he's done that this season. This is the time of year where he normally kind of heats up and
wear
out,
the ball. Wear on people.
Now they're a little too far behind at 4-7. Now they improved too, but they are perfect at home. They continue that streak. They're 4-0 in Tennessee this season. But the question that every Panthers fan will ask this week, next week, and the week after that, Baseball Daniel 1 says, are Frank Reich and the GM Fitterer failing Bryce Young, or is he just not very good? I feel like we answer a version of this question now every week.
I mean, I think it's a little of all of it. I think he's still, learning his way. I think with their offense and the talent they have, like, there's only so much Frank Reich can do game plan wise to make it happen.
So the fear is the game that we just talked about in Mac Jones. You say that guy from Alabama is still in there somewhere, but he's been surrounded by a bad situation. I mean, that's the fear that's what's currently happening to Bryce Young.
And I think it's too early to draw those total judgments. One thing I feel fairly confident in saying is he's never going to be C.J. Stroud. I felt like I was trying to tell everybody that in the pre-draft processes. I had C.J. Stroud in tier 1 by himself because I saw a guy that I thought was like on another level, throwing the ball in the pocket. That's where the NFL game is, right? It really is. And then, like we talked about earlier, you got to make some plays to get out of the pocket, buy some times, and make some big plays with your arm. He doesn't have a big arm that way. He's not as fast and athletic as everybody thought he was. See, the game was so open at Alabama, so that they have to get better talent around him and play a formula of football that fits Bryce Young. And I think ultimately what it's going to be is spread the field, let him make quick decisions, a little bit of Tua-ish like that way, right? And let it go from there. But right now, they don't have the weapons like we talk about that can even remotely scare anybody. And offense is a struggle and just couldn't overcome or do anything other than the one drive, which was, again, hard work, short passes, check down to Hubbard, who made a big play after catching the ball. It's hard for the Panthers to accumulate a lot of offense. And good job with the Titans getting the win. And I think the good thing for them is, got off to an early lead. And Levis made some plays, and the big thing, too, like we talk about a lot of time, understood the game and didn't take any chances or do anything stupid, realized it was a defensive field position game and played it the right way, and they got the victory.
That probably was tough, too, like you mentioned, seeing C.J. Stroud doing what he's doing and then also seeing the guy playing against you and be like, oh, we could have just drafted him in the second round and not gave up our entire team.
Just keep grinding, Bryce Young. You still got a chance to get the last laugh. That's all that's important. It's still early.
That was Give Me the Headlines presented by Hyundai.
Yo, what up, homies? Thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Right now, we got Sunday Pod, right? So you can have it Monday morning. We recap all the action. Wednesday, it's the What the Happened podcast. We're going to get deep in the weeds on the key matchups of the week. And then Thursday, I'm picking games with that jerk Florio. So you know where to find us, homies. Keep watching. Peace out. We'll see you.